Hello everybody and welcome. Now we are here with
50 minutes with Jorge.
Hola everybody.
And here we are. Hi Francisco, good to see you here.
Hola, Jorge.
It's great and thank you so much. So just to give you an intro of where we are now, I'm going to give you a little panel of all the area. Just there in the center, in between those two bus stops that you see there. There you see, let's see if I can make a zoom, is the goddess Cibeles that we borrowed her from the Greek mythology. So here we go, and now we are going to give you, this is where the palace of Cibeles that now hosts the city hall is. Alrighty, so Francisco, shall we move along?
Let's go. Let's take a little walk in Madrid.
Yeah, it's just a little stroll talking because we see each other almost every day doing our Spanish loops. By the way, guys, Spanish loops, isn't it?
Yes. We're an amazing podcast. If you want to learn about Spain, Spanish loops.
But it's on a screen computer, you know. So just touching like this, it's just kind of incredible. So let's go and have a little walk over here. We're going from one of the fountains, which is Cibeles. We're going to go and end up in the Neptune fountain, which is down the road in that direction. There is a little bit of history also that we're going to share with you. So Francisco, ready?
Let's go.
Vámonos,
Vamos.
chicos, let's go. So here you are, the Palace of Cibeles, and this, what you see, is called Paseo del Prado. Francisco, you have any idea, or Fran, you have any idea why is this called Paseo del Prado?
Well, I assume first of all, Prado means field. So in a moment, long time ago, there was a field. But today it's where the Museum of El Prado is.
Correct.
located.
And to be more precise, this field, correct. But actually, the word is meadows. So it was farming land all around here.
Okay.
And just those blocks that you see on the right-hand side, just behind those blocks to the right, is in the direction of the outskirts of the city. So it was in the late 1770s when Charles III, already a Bourbon, he named that new city limits of the city. So what's over here? Just meadows. That was what it was in this area. Farming land, and then they in a huge big replanning of the city that happened in Madrid in between the year 1870 and between 1920. This building that we see over there, this is the Bank of Spain. This was a totally different architecture of all the other buildings that it was made around, and it was inaugurated in 1893 by a very young king, Alphonse XIII. And but he wasn't still in a legal age to be king nor overage, but was his mother who made the official inauguration. Of course, he had to be also over there. And I know, Francisco, you love this TV series very much. Which is the one I'm talking about?
Money Heist.
Money Heist, that's right. So season 3, 4 and 5 happens in there, and it is a bunker. Never ever has been robbed at all, never. So guys, if you want to see what's happening in that program or TV show, and you want to see parts of the inside of this magnificent building, that's the place you have to go. I mean, we're not, Francisco, let's get it very clear. We do not get any commission from Netflix.
We don't get anything.
No, don't get anything. It's just, as a little curiosity just to tell you.
Yeah.
By the way, Francisco, did you know that Madrid transportation, ground and underground, is catalogued as the 5th longest and more punctual in the whole world?
I don't know if it's punctual or anything, but really it's super efficient. Coming to Madrid and getting public transportation is one of the best things.
I mean, just driving to the city center in Madrid is absolutely crazy. What for? You have every 2-3 minutes you have a bus in any stops.
When we come to Madrid, to the capital, we never come by car. We just come by train, and we always move with public transportation because it's
you have
convenient,
your
fast,
city passes. You have your city passes, and you have them for tourists as well. But just for 2 or 3 days, just get the regular one. It's going to be much cheaper.
Yeah.
Because it's,
That's a great tip.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be much cheaper. Just the regular 10 trips card, and that will give you more than enough. And if you need more, just buy some more, right? And that is valid for ground and underground transportation. But let's go back to our walk in here. There you are. We have another magnificent fountain, and fountain is called the Fountain
Apollo.
of the Three Graces. But also there is the more.
I thought it was Apollo.
Oh, well, Apollo is up there.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Look, I'm gonna try and make a zoom in here. Oh, wait a minute. The gimbal
what he
is yeah. Technology is playing a little bit funny with us. So here you see Apollo taking care of the ladies that they are just under his feet over there. Nothing resembling any kind of sexist thing. It was just the way the fountain was done, and look at how beautiful it is. So this is this fountain is in between the Cibeles fountain that we saw a few minutes ago, and it's halfway to the next fountain that we're going to see in a few minutes. So guys, if you stay with us, you're going to see the whole thing. Also, as I said, this is just a little, a walk with Francisco that I just want to take advantage of having him here and just enjoying this.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, Francisco, have a look at that building over there, and can you tell me what that building is?
It's a building that looks a little bit with stones.
You see, guys, that's why you should have a local guide when you go to a place. That is the former stock market.
I knew that. I didn't.
That's where people used to go and scream all the stock. How you call them?
The shares?
No, yeah, but the people that sell them.
Brokers?
The brokers. That's right. Couldn't find the word. The brokers. But now everything is done electronically. So there's just the symbol. The building is there. Sometimes it's open for temporary exhibits as well. The Naval Museum is just next door to it, and next door to it is another of the buildings that it is absolutely fantastic, which is that one that you see beyond the trees. That is the Ritz Hotel. So that building, as I was saying, is the Ritz Hotel that was recently opened by the Chinese corporation.
Mandarin Oriental.
Mandarin Oriental, that's right, yeah. And also we have a monument just there, that monolith that you see on the side of the screen, just in between the trees. That monolith that we see there is dedicated to all those who fought in the... That's right.
Especially here in Madrid.
So that monolith that you see there is dedicated to just all the fallen, but not only the ones... Yep, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. So, but now is... symbology is just to all those who fought for Spain in any war. Because we had, as Francisco knows as well, we were the very first global empire. We have to remember here to our audience that, for example, the Philippine Islands, they were conquered in the second half of the 1500s. The monarch at the time was the second of the Habsburgs, Philip II, and Philippines.
The Philippines were named after him.
That's right. That's right. Well, they were named after him. So why was I saying that?
Because I don't know.
I'm having a senior moment right now.
Well, the thing is that this monument of the fallen of the war, I think it makes so much sense today, with all what's unfortunately going on in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
Okay, so we continue.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yeah, let's go.
Jorge, as we go,
Yes.
one of the things that I love about the city of Madrid is how green it is. I
Good
mean,
question,
really, the
Fran.
city of
Thank you
Madrid
so much
is
for saying that.
an amazing garden everywhere around.
Yeah. Madrid is the distortion of a word Madrid. Some people say Madrid, Madrid. I mean, whenever you are with a tour guide, you're gonna listen to the story of a tour guide, isn't it?
I'm there with you, so they're gonna listen what you
But
have to
anyway,
say.
everything is based on real facts. Let's put it clear, all right? So Madrid, it could be spelled something like Magherit, and that in Arabic means where the water flows. So that's why Madrid is so green. Actually, as a capital city, not as a city, as a capital city, it is considered the second greenest in the whole world after Tokyo.
Wow.
See? So that's why it's so green here. And in fact, this road that we are, or this avenue, if you want to call it that way, if we follow in that direction, right now where we are more or less, we are geographically in the heart, in the center of this long avenue, which is 16 miles long. 16
Just
miles.
16 miles.
Just 16 miles long.
If you're in Pamplona, 16 miles long, you're in a different village.
It's half of the way, half of the camino. So what happens with this big avenue, Fran, is that it's divided in segments with different names. Where we are now is called the Prado Avenue, but it's part of the same street, the same avenue that goes from north to south of the city. And this is called the Prado, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this broadcast, because they were meadows, and that is literally the word that means Prado, Prado. That's why the Museum of the Prado is there, and it was named because of the area where it was. And this area where we are, it is considered to be the area in the whole world with the largest number of art pieces per square feet, because in one side we have this wonderful museum in here. This is the Thyssen-Bornemisza collection.
An amazing private collection. And here we have a beautiful love story. We have how do you say the Duke or the
Baron von Thyssen?
Baron von Thyssen?
Yeah.
Where he fell in love with a Spanish girl, Spanish woman, and thanks to her,
Well, a girl.
well, she was a woman. Well, yes, she was a woman.
Yeah.
They fell in love, and when he died,
Sorry, ladies. It's just, but she wasn't that young.
she was a very good-looking lady.
Yeah.
The thing is
she
that
was.
they fell in love, and when he died, he left all her money and all the paintings in charge of her, and she's the one that negotiated for Spain to bring this museum, the private collection, to the city of Madrid.
Yeah.
Thanks to this lady, we have this amazing collection in the heart of the city.
So it is the largest private collection in the whole world, which is exhibited here. So this is the Thyssen-Bornemisza collection, which is an old palace, restored, completely restored by Rafael Moneo, that famous
That happens
architect.
to be from where?
Where from?
My hometown, Pamplona.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I even have nightmares with that.
You're gonna have nightmares after this.
Anyway, so it was an old palace. It was restored, completely restored, just to host this wonderful collection in this building. But now, at the other side of the street, as you see, just by the hotel, we're gonna get there eventually. Just behind the hotel is where the Prado Museum is, one of the most important pinacotheques in the whole world. I mean, masterpieces from Francisco, give me a hand here, Goya, Velázquez,
Tiziano, El Greco.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I mean, masterpieces are just held in that building that we're going to see in a moment. Just behind there, I don't know if you can perceive the columns, but anyway, we're going to go there. So, but yes, in front of the Ritz Hotel is that other one, which was the Palace. Well, it is the Palace Hotel. That was the very first hotel, big one, that was opened in Madrid in the early 1900s. And you can hear about that in one of our podcasts, okay, in Spanish Loops. And it was the very first hotel with 800 rooms that had bathroom in suites, and each room had its own phone line. So for early 20th century,
I think
that was
quite convenient. So
yeah.
I was like, wow.
So Francisco, remember that was tourism
yes,
podcast.
tourism in Spain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And well, that's a little bit of a history, and here is where we are. And now we're gonna see we can be a little bit cheeky and cross to where our wonderful fountain is. Okay, guys, we need to get. As
Hopefully,
you see,
we're not going to be run over.
hopefully, but we are gonna do something here. We are tour guys. We're supposed to be cheeky, so.
We can do whatever we want. We're two guys.
So here we are. We are even in the middle of our garden right now, but look at how beautiful is this fountain here. This is the fountain of Neptune, the god of the oceans. There you see, and he's just riding on a turtle and pulled by a couple of seahorses, and beautiful fountain. A little curiosity about this fountain is that we have two big football teams. By the way, guys, what in the States is called soccer, here is called
Football.
football. That's right. So the big one is the, well, let's say the both are big. Don't get me wrong. Just in case any of the hooligans of both teams
They're
are
listening to us.
right now. Okay, but we have Athletic of Madrid, which is the one that adopted this fountain as the symbol of them. Whenever any of both teams they win any championship or whatever, any league, this is where they come. Here is Athletic of Madrid, and in the other one, the Cibeles fountain, is Real Madrid. And because of the light, it's a little bit foggy here, but just there, that building that you see behind the trees, that grayish building that you see over there, that is the Prado Museum. So as we told you earlier, hundreds of masterpieces are held in there. Let me just give you a panel just to let you see where the Ritz Hotel is. Let me go back to the Prado Museum, which is there, and the fountain over here, and there you see just in front of the fountain is the Palace Hotel. So the Palace Hotel opposite the Ritz Hotel.
Okay.
So look at that, the competence there.
Big competition here.
Competition here.
And
Okay.
Jorge, you have said that this is the triangle of the museums. Well, a triangle has 3 sides. We're missing one museum. If there are 3, there should be another one.
He has an eagle eye and an eagle ear as well. No, I can't go wrong on anything. You're right, Francis. Fran, sorry. You're right. Okay, can you see the fountain? As I told you, we have just passed the Thyssen-Bornemisza Museum, and you see where the Prado Museum is. If we follow the road just behind the fountain, barely half a mile away from here, we have another big, huge museum, which is called the Queen Sofia Art Center. And the Queen Sofia Art Center is our modern art museum. By the way, guys, this is where we were coming from. Okay, just from the avenue over there you see, and look at this. So now the fountain is behind us. If you go that way, you get to the main station of Madrid, which is called Atocha, A-T-O-C-H-E-A, sorry. And then just opposite is the Queen Sofia Art Center. And I know, now I'm realizing why Francisco just wanted me to mention that. Because, you say it, Francisco.
What painting is in that incredible museum, the Queen Sofia Museum? The Guernica.
Yeah.
My favorite painting in the whole world.
Yeah, the original Picasso masterpiece painted by him because of it was a Paris exhibition in 1937, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah, and it was just after the bombing of the
village of Guernica.
Guernica, that's right.
It was in the middle of the Spanish
Have you done
Civil
any
War.
live in Guernica yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But I have to.
You have to. Okay, so guys,
one day I'll go
keep an eye
to
on him because he's gonna do a live
live tour of Guernica
in
sooner or later.
Guernica, sooner or later, yeah. And just let me give you another little perspective of where we are right now. So this is the Thyssen-Bornemisza collection. That is where we came from, the avenue, and just giving you a full panel of all this area. As you see, we are in the middle of this garden here. We shouldn't be here.
We shouldn't.
But okay, the Ritz Hotel is there, and now there you see the Prado Museum, the fountain, Neptune. I just love this fountain. It's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. And continuing with the panel, there you go. Now the Palace Hotel, and if you keep going to the right, that's the Palace Hotel, and if you keep going to the right, over there on that street that I'm pointing at, is just going to the heart of the city, to a square called Puerta del Sol, and that is the core of the city. And Puerta del Sol, I have some video clips in my YouTube channel, Traveling with Jorge, and if you Google Traveling with Jorge, you're gonna find me. I'm gonna be the first one up there in Google. Instagram, Facebook, my YouTube channel, my Facebook, and if you do the same with travelingsteps.es,
There we go. There where you will find all my information. My YouTube channel, my website, everything, travelingsteps.es.
nothing under your name, Francisco
Well,
Glaria?
my Facebook page is under my name, Francisco Glaria.
You see, I had to correct him this time. He did before, now I'm paying him back.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you so much, Francisco,
Thank you, Jorge, so much.
for being here. and allowing me to do this.
Well, it's been a great pleasure. I have learned a lot. Everybody, if you come to Madrid, get in touch with Jorge because he is the person to know.
And if you've got nothing better to do and you're extremely bored, get into Spotify or your favorite platform and listen to our podcast of Spanish Loops. If you want to share, if you want to like, that would be also fantastic and perfect. So, chicos, as an extra token and just to say goodbye from here, both
Adios,
of us,
amigos.
as an extra token, just let me give you a little panel from the same place from where we are and a close-up to the fountain. So, to everybody that has been watching live, thank you so much for your time, using your time to be with friends. Okay, so chicos,
Adios, amigos.
adios chicos, adios.